Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be staying in the van overnight for the first time, trying out the mattress before making the first run to see how comfortable everything is, just to see about placement, to see what works best inside the van before I go, just to kind of test a few things out and to see if a couple of my power stations can hold up overnight. I don't have really any huge ones, but I got one that's about 900 watt hours, I think it is. But we'll see how much juice. I've got my refrigerator here. See how much juice this refrigerator takes on one. I'm going to take one big one and one small one. Small one to use just to charge electronics and maybe a fan or two in case the fan goes dead. But to see how much power consumption one night takes, one day and night. So what I've got my 12 volt fridge. I got it plugged in right at the moment to get it up to temp before I even put it in the van. Got it set to like 30 degrees and it's 61 right now. I just plugged it in about 3 minutes ago. And I put one of those in there, little freezer pack thingies, just to get it to temp faster. And I recommend if you do have a 12 volt fridge and you use it for camping or whatnot, and you're going to use it while you're going and traveling and on the way and there, to plug it in before you go and get it to temp. And then as you plug in, you can plug it into your car, truck, van, whatever, while you're on the road to keep it cold as well. And then when you get to your destination, you can plug it into your power supply. That way it's staying cold and your food's staying cold, and you don't have to transfer it from a iced cooler to this. And I'm thinking my plan is going to be, when we use this, we'll have some food and maybe a couple waters in here, and a couple drinks. And then what I'll do is I'll have two big packs like that down in here, the frozen packs, and I'll use one of my small ice coolers to transfer one of those packs back and forth from. As they thaw and get warmer, I can replace it with a fresh frozen one and put in there. That way I can keep like sandwich meats and hamburger meat, chicken, whatever like that inside the cooler if I want to, the iced cooler, and we can just kind of keep it cold that way and rotating out some of those frozen jobbies. Anyway, that's the start. Now I'm going to go to the van and put a few things in there and get it ready for tonight. Alright everyone, getting everything kind of prepared for this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and set everything in here. It's about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I don't even got my phone or watch on me. I think it's about 11 something actually. Probably close to noon. And I'm going to put everything in here like I just arrived at a campsite. The first thing I'm going to do is I have some bug screens I'm going to put on the sliding doors, on both sliding doors, to have some airflow. I think the high is 80 today, and the low is around maybe 56 to 60 or something like that. We'll look later and check it out. But I'm also trying to figure out some stuff that I have here at home to use without having to buy many more things. I've got a couple little bins that fit perfect right here in the back, just right. I could put some stuff that I need to get to prepare for camp setup and stuff like that, or tools or whatnot. Right, as of right now, I just got my bug screens. I've got the ones that I've got labeled here that go on the back sliding doors. Bug screens. These are really cool. The sliding doors on these vans, you can't use like a regular just pull over one. It's got this bar right here, so you can't just put like a regular one on here. There's this one that's made for these, and that wasn't that expensive. It's only like $8 or $9 I think for a pair, and it goes over the front and has a little flap that goes over the top right here, and then it has a strap that you connect right back here, and it covers the window really good. We'll show you that as we get it on, but I've got those right here. I'm gonna set those up real quick and we'll show you how they look and everything. And I also got one here for the rear hatch that'll cover this whole area right here. If I want to, I might open it up and leave it open to get some airflow later on. We'll see what happens. Just kind of going with it right here and seeing what's up. But I've got a really nice container right here that fits under there perfectly, and it's got two sides. The lid kind of folds up on both sides like that, so that'd be really cool to keep stuff in that I'm going to need regularly, that I can, as I'm sitting here on the bed, I can just pull it out and grab what I need. And I have a smaller mat that's used for camping and stuff like that. I found this in a Goodwill a couple years ago, and I might just leave it in here for my knees and just kind of, I can put it under the mattress when I'm not using it and pull it out when I need it. When I'm crawling around in there, if I'm crawling around there, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to set some things up. I've got my cooler in there to set up in here. I'm going to put a couple of my favorite drinks in there, and a couple waters, just to have a couple of things on hand. And I might set it up in here. Well, I might try to do a little cooking in here too. Just some light cooking to see how everything goes. Maybe some ramen or something like that, and maybe we'll have some coffee in the morning and something. Just, I want to see how everything works in here, how everything flows with the space that I have just for the single person solo camping. Alright, well, I've got the window down. It goes down just a little bit further, but these windows don't go all the way down, which is okay. Let's see. I think it's going to go something like this. I'm going to bring you in a little closer. Alright guys, it's got this little loop up top here that goes over just this top part, because it does have a bar right here, and this piece right here will go down and it'll clamp inside. We'll show you how that works. You have to roll the window down to actually do that, or it'll be really tough, I believe. So we're going to get that strapped. I put these on one time before, one window. Hopefully you can see everything. Once you unhook it, this little strap here. This goes behind here. I just want to kind of, I know you can't see. I need to get me one of those head things so you can see. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll bring you in closer. Let's see. Alright. So it's got these straps right here that go around and hook. So what I've done is got one hook there. I brought it around and put it in the window so I can grab it. I'll do the same here. I'll get that one put in and just kind of drape it here so we can reach it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them together and then pull the shade down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll show you the outcome. Actually, a little bit harder than it looks. Actually, a little bit harder than it looks. Get these things on there just right, because you gotta reach and connect. So let me grab this one and this one. There we go. We'll connect those together. Snap. All right, we got those snapped in. I'll bring it down. Let me get you a little closer so as we bring it down, you can see how it works. It goes down really good, really far, and there's no spaces in between there, so it works really good. And you can see here that you can pull that a little bit right here, and it's just perfect. It works perfect. I'll get you a little view here from the top. Bring that down there, get it uncaught. And you can see how it works. Hopefully you can see how it works. By the way, I got a new camera. Hopefully it's working good. We'll figure that out as we go. And the cool thing with this, just close her up and it's good to go. Now we're sealed all the way around. And we have airflow all right in here. I don't have the rain guards on this one yet. I'm debating if I want to put any on there. I kind of do, I believe. in case it does rain and I don't have a tarp set up or something, I can have the windows rolled up to that rain guard and still have a little bit of air flowage if need be. So, well, there's one side. I'm going to get the other side put on, and that'll be ready to go for later. And you can kind of see too how it looks. Back up a little bit compared to the tent and everything. Of course, I can roll the window up even more to have more privacy, less airflow. Not bad at all. I'm gonna get this other one on. Be a little quicker to do it off camera. All right, we've got it set up in here. You can barely even tell, but that's awesome that we're not gonna have any mosquitoes. We get some airflow coming in here. That is awesome. Oh, well, I got a little bit of light going in here and a fan. I've got one of these fans right here. That's multiple speeds. You can charge it, rotates, and it's got a hook on the bottom, and I can hook it right here to this handle, and it'll hang right here. I can blow air out to make it bring air in on this side. A little air flowage. We'll try that out. Let's try that out right now. I don't know if you can see. I really need to bring a light in here. I'm gonna have to figure out the lighting situation. But I've got this fan. And it has a hook on it. And I can have it where it's blowing in air. Or blowing air. There we go. I can hang it just like that. And I can control it like that. I can have it rotating. Which is really nice. See if you can get a visual of that. And I can also turn it the opposite way and just leave it where it's blowing air out, and that would create a little airflow coming in that way. Alright guys, it looks like the fridge fit here just perfect. Everything's kind of fitting. I didn't even measure none of this stuff really, just except for the bed itself, but the cooler is going to fit just perfect right there. And plus I could put a fan on top of this at night and blow upward toward me as if I want to. Have a little bit of airflow with any size fan. Let's get this thing plugged into the power supply. I'll show you how well that fit. Put a headlamp on so we can see inside. But I've got my Energizer. And this has a 700 watt AC inverter on there. And we'll get this thing plugged in so it can start working. And we'll hide that cable somewhere or another. Run it somewhere here in a minute. Let's go ahead and get this thing powered on. We're at 100%, that's good. And we want to cut this on, there's a little button here. Well, there it goes. Whoops. Okay, now we got to go cut the power on, which is in the very front here. I might go on the other side. Now we go to the LCDs on this side. Okay, that's pretty good. So we'll cut the power on. And this is a locking mechanism to lock and unlock it. Change it to Fahrenheit. There we go. And we have the battery level thing. It's got like a battery protection level on medium. But we should be fine there. It's still at 20. That's Celsius. No, that's Fahrenheit. It's at 22 degrees Fahrenheit. you guys can see that. 22 degrees Fahrenheit. I hope this thing stays on long enough to make it work. It's using 0 right now. Hopefully this thing will stay on for when this calls for it. I haven't really got to try it out with this particular power supply. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Don't know, we'll have to come around this side to view the LCD screen here. Or lay down over there to look. Alright, we got that in. I'll come check it here in a little bit, make sure it's on. It's 80 degrees out here, so it shouldn't take long for that to... This thing is pretty efficient though. I've used it quite a few times. And it seems to work really good. Alright guys, I'm getting it set up. It's about close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Hopefully you can. There's enough light in there where you can see. About got it set up. Still hasn't kicked on. It's been plugged in for about an hour. And I guess it hasn't reached the temp yet. I think I got it set for 29 or 30 degrees. Still saying 24 degrees Fahrenheit in there, I guess because of that ice block. Which, that'll make it more efficient. Seems to be. But it's probably almost 80 degrees out here right now. And I've got me a fan there. Charged. I got a little light right there charged. Well, it's not charged. I put some batteries in it. I have a light on that fan. I also got a light on the Energizer here, and I'll have a headlamp in here as well. If I kind of set it up here, easier access than down there. But yeah, I got me a few of my favorite drinks in there and a couple waters, and I've got a couple room temp waters here. If I make some coffee in the morning or make some ramen tonight or something like that. But I got the bed kind of set up. Just a couple little light covers. I got one underneath to lay on. And just one on top to throw over if it gets chilly. So, hadn't decided I'm going to get a cook set together to always keep in that container right there. To have all kinds of utensils. And my little stove. Little pocket rocket looking type thing. You guys probably seen that in past videos. Probably. And then I'll keep other things in there. We'll figure it out as we go. But I've got some storage here as well on the back of the seat. I might keep my raincoat and things that I'll need to grab like quickly right here. Got my binoculars right there. Might keep like a little phone charger, little power brick of some sort right in here too, just to have, keep it charged. That way if I'm out and about and no power, something I can just grab and stick in the pocket to charge the phone or something. But yeah, hopefully this new camera is picking up pretty good. I've got it set for low light, and it's actually dark here where I've got it. But we have the bug screens up here and right here. I need to get me a maybe some kind of gray or black rug to put right here to go this way. Probably like a 2 foot or 3 foot by 5. Or just a couple small mats to take up the area right in here on both sides to keep it from getting so dirty. I can just take it out and take them out and shake them out. Of course, I can always keep my Ryobi, little small Ryobi 18 volt vacuum cleaner in here, and a couple extra batteries because I've got some Ryobi fans that'll work on that as well. All kinds of options for some weekend adventures. Want to work out a few things here tonight just to see on into the morning to see how much power this uses on an 80 degree night, and as it cools down I think it's about, well, like I said, we'll look at that later and see what the temperature and all that stuff is. But I just wanted to plug in some stuff like I going somewhere that doesn't have any power to see what how much I'd actually use in one day for this Energizer. That's the biggest one that I have. I'm pretty sure it's a 900 watt hour. And I'm thinking this cooler, when it runs, it only uses about 30 to 40 watts at a time when it first kicks in. And then it goes down from there, so it don't use much at a time. Which is pretty cool. And I've got like a UCO lantern. When it gets cooler, I can hang up right there on that hook. Or even that hook over there. And it'll hang down to have some ambient light and maybe even add just a tiny bit of heat in here. Yeah, I'm really excited about the van and having some adventures in the van. Hoping that mattress that I made will be enough. I don't think it will be, but we'll find out after tonight. And I've got this cool pillow back here in the back that I can lean up against that to relax and chill and see how that works. All right. Oh yeah, also, I've got this new camp pillow for sleeping that I'm going to try out. I'll get that blown up in a little bit and we'll try that out. Haven't got to try that one yet. So that will be really good. And I'm thinking when it gets down to about 75, 72, it's going to be a whole lot cooler. Get the fans going. Maybe I'll bring out the iPad later on and download a movie from Netflix or something. But I'm right here at the house, so we do have Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll even do a live stream. I don't know. We'll see. I still got to figure out the lighting in here. I also forgot on my other power supply, it does the same thing. If I hit the power button twice, it cuts the screen on. Hit it again, and it cuts it off. That'll save power without having that LCD screen all the time. I just forgot about that till just now. It's been on for about an hour or more, so that'll save a little bit of juice. I think I got my lighting situation figured out for at night anyway. It's really, really nice in here right now at the moment. I totally forgot that I had this cool little light bulb thing, USB light bulb. That's going to work good in here. At its brightest, it uses between 5 and 6 watts. So you can turn it down to different levels. At its lowest is 3 watts, between 2 and 3 watts I think it is. Not bad. It's starting to feel nice out here right at the moment. It's probably about 70, between 70 and 72 right now probably. It clouded up and rained a little bit, so it cooled it off quite a bit. But yeah, got the pillow ready to go. Got a cool little, oh, I forgot it's had that plugged in, so that used about another watt or two. This is my GoPro light that I had with my my Nomad 7 solar panel. And got wifey camper coming out here to measure some windows with me. What are you doing? What you doing out there?
Keep it up and I'm going to draw on you.
Yeah, so medium setting uses about 3 or 4 watts, and that one little LED right there uses about 1 to 2 watts. So, and you can direct it wherever you want to. You can direct it back there to the ceiling. A little extra ambient light or underneath light where you can see. Let's see what that looks like with that off. There you go, you can kind of see that. Kind of move it where you want to. It's pretty bright for a little light. Couple watts. Got a fan. A little fan. Got like 2 of those that stay charged. And I got one out here, right there. That you can charge up to, and it lasts a long time, and it'll rotate. I got my cooler with some of my favorite drinks. Let me show you what's in the cooler. This is one of my new faves. This is called Happy Dad. Death Row Records. It's like a great seltzer. Kind of like a fizzy water type hard seltzer. These are really good. If you like LaCroix, LaCroix is probably one of my faves.
No, because I don't like it.
You don't like the lemon?
Oh, yeah, but
your
beer I don't like.
Well, you don't like beer anyway, so. Inside here, I've got another one of those, and I've got my LaCroix lemon and some water. And where I put that freezer block in there has really made this really efficient. Nice and cool. This thing is really efficient. I've had it on since 1. Where's my phone at? It is now 9:17 p.m. So wifey was out here measuring the windows to get some of the little bubble foil insulation stuff so we can make some window covers without having to buy a really expensive set. I've got one that fits in the front window. It's not like a insulated, but it will cover and keep the sun out if the sun beams through the front. And we're going to make some for the side windows. Feels pretty good in here right now at the moment, to be honest with you. But I've got my iPad for later. Watch a movie. And check this thing out right here, guys. My little seat organizer thing that I have right here. It's got a little shelf right here. I think I might have a little too tight. Well, maybe not when I put something on it. I can put my iPad right there and watch a movie. Also, I've got like a little portable speaker at my Anchor. Portable speaker that's really small. It sounds really good. I could put over here at my head. But yeah. Can use that little shelf or whatnots. I look like I'm all set for right now. I have to figure out what I'm going to put into the containers. Got plenty of room. Me and the wife are also talking about, there's plenty of room here. I'll put one of those big blow-up mattresses right here if we have to. And if I do not build another structure, because we have quite a few, I think about 3 nice camping blow-up mattresses that'll fit right in there, that are made for cots or just sleeping in tents and whatnot. So I hope the new camera is recording well. Oh, let's see how much charge we have. This thing has been plugged up. The Energizer has been plugged up for about since, I guess, what did I say, 1 or something like that, and it's already, it's 9:24, and we have 98% remaining. So 8 hours, only used 2% with that ice pack. With that ice pack in here, I probably need to turn it down just a little bit more to keep that more frozen. I think it's frozen enough though. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. And I can use that. I'll put 2 ice packs in there. Probably one a little bit smaller than that one. I've got one that's a little bit smaller, that's not as thick. Keep those frozen, and I can rotate it in between a smaller cooler that I could put here, and then I could put that power bank right there on top of it too if I want to, or use it as a use that little cooler as a portable little table to move around to cook stuff on. I've got a couple of small coolers, and I can keep like my sandwich meat and cheese and little things like that to keep cool, and I can just keep rotating those frozen blocks back and forth. As it starts to thaw, I can put it back in here and let the other one that's frozen be in there. Yeah, cool little setup. It's I'm under my carport, so I'm not getting too much of a breeze. I was going to pull it out over in this direction is where my fire pit is. On the other side of the carport, where the other car could park, I was going to pull the van up front that way I can view the fire from this window right here. I was going to make a campfire, but it's been raining on and off, and it's going to be raining for a few days, so kind of messed up those plans, but that's okay. But I still want to try out this mattress to see how comfortable it is, and we'll go from there. It's getting kind of late. It's about 11 o'clock, probably about close to 11:30. Getting kind of late. You can hear the outside sounds there. It sounds really nice. Lots of room in this van. That light bulb works really, really good. Just relaxing. Feels so good out here. I think the next thing that I really need is a one of those rechargeable bug zappers for the summertime. Getting ready to go to bed probably in the next 30 minutes or so. This this mattress don't feel too bad. Alright, so with the refrigerator running, you can hear that compressor. It is not loud at all. I mean, it's so quiet outside. We're using, it kicked on just now, so we're using like 40 watts. 95%, so we use 5% in about almost 11 hours. It's getting kind of late. Might watch a little bit on the iPad here, and I keep hearing something walking through the woods right here. Cut that light down. I don't think that's going to stay on long, but we'll see.
So, Eddie says this is called a ginseng corner. Does that mean that you're supposed to go in there?
Well, they have a little stem, or this ain't got needles, but they have a little stem coming up out of the middle. A lot of times he'll be bent one way.
I'm watching this YouTube channel called the Appalachian channel with John Ward. He's got a bunch of really cool videos out, and watching this guy hunt for ginseng. I'm getting really, really tired. This pillow is actually really comfortable. The inflatable one. Getting ready to knock out for the night, guys. Getting really tired. Maybe we'll make some coffee in the morning. Had the daughter and her boyfriend was over today, so we had pizza for supper, so I didn't fix anything in the van tonight. I was going to do some ramen just to test out some cooking and stuff, but yeah. I think getting ready to knock out. I will see you in the morning. Still raining. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming over. Let me get this light on. Good morning, everybody. It didn't get quite as cool as I thought it was going to. Oh, let's get the phone here and see what the temperature is. It is 66 degrees. 66 degrees, and it's a little after 7, about 7:15 almost. And yeah. 7:17, sorry. Oh man, listen to that rain. Let's go check the battery and see what the battery's at. 84% from 100. 7 o'clock in the morning, so almost 7:30. I guess that's about 18. Let's see. I think it was around 1 o'clock or something like that when I plugged this in. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the video to see. I can't remember if I put it in here at 11 something or was it 1 something. Anyway, we'll say 1 for right now, but yeah, it's about 18, 19 hours, something like that, I guess. Let's look in here and let's look in this cooler and see if how everything's looking, feeling. Oh yeah, it's so cold. Make sure the water's not frozen. That's a good temp right there. Oh yeah, that ice brick is still frozen good. I got it at a pretty good temp. No ice in that water either, which is good. I think I got it set to 29 degrees. My LaCroix is still liquidy. Got a little ice around the edges right here. That's where they usually ice up, so that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. I was thinking some of the water might be frozen this morning, but it was not. So that's good. Let's go roll those windows up. Yeah, I'm going to leave that power supply on and let that fridge still run. And I'll come back and check it and see what percentage we're at. Around 1 o'clock, that'll be 24 hours, so get a gauge of how long I could actually run that fridge for. That ice block really did help. I rolled those windows up. I rolled them up quite a bit last night. woke up and rolled them up. So I thought it'd be a little bit more chilly. But yeah. Some good rain here. Really needed some. I bet my beard's all out of whack. I'm gonna go in here and make me some coffee and call it a day. Call it a morning. Good morning, everybody, again. Oh, man. It's a little after 8 a.m. Made me a cup of coffee. And was going through just some of the footage. I wanted to look at the camera and see if it actually recorded everything okay. Because really the first time I've really used this thing. I've used it just a couple times to fix the... it had a problem when I got it. But that's another video in itself for sure. Thought I was getting a good deal and ended up having to pay a little bit more. Anyway, I digress. The main purpose of doing this video with the van was to talk about the sleep system and the comfort. And I totally forgot to mention that when I woke up this morning. How did it feel? Well, to be honest, the 3-inch memory foam that's on there, I think it's a low density. They call it a low density memory foam, so it squishes really easy, but it's really comfortable. Sleeping on it after a while, especially if you're a side sleeper, you can start to feel it. You can feel the board. I've only got that yoga mat just as a protectant layer, and then the mattress itself. And you know that yoga mat is probably like that thin, so it's really thin. I just put it on there so we wouldn't get any kind of splinters or anything in the mattress, and plus it keeps the mattress from moving around. But all in all, it slept pretty good, and the weather was perfect as far as like temperature-wise. I think I showed the temperature last night, and it was like 70-something or 70-ish, 70-something. It was 80 at first, and then got down to 70-something when I was in there at night. And this morning it was 66 degrees around 7 a.m. Yeah, I had to roll the windows up a little bit because I thought it was going to get cooler, so I went ahead and I was watching some YouTube, and then finally just went to sleep, and I woke up and well, I didn't go to sleep. I was laying there and thought, well, I better roll up the windows. I didn't record that or anything, but I rolled the windows up to where they were cracked a little bit and all that jazz. And it ended up being a nice, comfortable sleep as far as weather-wise. And I'm going to have to start making notes for these videos so I don't forget to talk about anything, because sometimes I'll forget to mention things as I'm in the moment there. But as far as the sleep, it slept really, really good. And it could be better, so I might be purchasing... I'm going to save up a little bit, I guess, and I might be purchasing one of those camping mats. Well, not mats, but it's a camping mattress, and they have like 3 or 4 different sizes. There's like a kid size, a cot size, regular, and then a giant or big or large or something like that. But the cot size is what I need right there in the middle. It's actually 24 inches by 72, I think it is. It's 2 feet by 6 feet, and that's the perfect size for what I need. And they run about $50 to $60, and I'm finding some on sale. I had one saved in my cart for like 40 something, and dummy me, I'll just wait. I should have got it. It went off sale, or it wasn't available anymore, and it was the color I wanted. I wanted a dark gray. Well, the cover for the mattress was dark gray. It zips on and zips off so you can wash it. And I wanted the darker color rather than a light color, because I know the light colors would show probably a little bit more stains. Anyway, I'm blabbing on again, but yeah, slept really good. And I think in the last clip here, you'll see that it's still raining. I'm glad I didn't have anything on the books for this weekend. I was going to, and noticed Humberto coming through here, and going to get a lot of rain. Cheers. Quick note, it's almost 2:30 in the afternoon the next day after plugging this thing in with the fridge here. And so that's over 24 hours, about 24, 25, almost 26 hours probably, give or take. We're at 77%, 23%. Not bad. So we probably go about 4 or 5 days on this one thing using just that for the fridge. It's not bad. I really like to have one of those Blue Eddies, one of the bigger ones. But we'll look into that later on when more funds are available. Those things are expensive. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you coming over and tuning in. And with that being said, thanks for coming over, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And as always, plan, prepare, and practice. Handy out.